Hi, I'm Mike Hughes, and today we're going to go over how you can solve any behavior issue with your horse using my method on the ground and under saddle. My method is always peeling back the layers, listening to the horse, finding the root cause of the behavior issue. Trying to solve the behavior issue without finding the root cause of the behavior issue is like playing a guessing game. It's like going on a witch hunt or taking a shot in the dark. You're never going to be able to solve the behavior issue with your horse. It'd be like taking your vehicle to the mechanic because your vehicle isn't running good, and the mechanic doesn't do a diagnostic on your vehicle, and he just starts changing out parts. He's never going to be able to solve what's wrong with your car. If he does the diagnostic first, then he knows exactly what's wrong with your car and where to start looking. Or it'd be like the doctor. You're not feeling well, so you go into the doctor and you go, doctor, I'm not feeling well. If the doctor just starts prescribing you medications, you're never going to get the right medication. However, if the doctor does testing, then he'll figure out why you're sick and he'll be able to give you the right medication. The only times a horse can't learn something is one, if they're in physical pain and they just can't do the exercise that it takes in order to learn that exercise, what we want them to do if they're in physical pain. If they are in physical pain, then we need to get a vet out there or a chiropractor or both and be able to resolve the horse's pain issues. If the horse is in permanent pain, then they're just going to be a pasture pet, and they're just not going to be able to learn the exercises we want to teach them. The only other time or two times a horse can't learn something is one, if you give up on them. If we give up on Spin and Marty here, they're never going to learn the exercises we want to teach them. It'll be like somebody trying to teach you something that you really want to learn, and they just throw their hands up in the air and walk away, and they gave up on you. You're never going to be able to learn what they were teaching you. So don't ever give up on your horses. Another reason is people, knowledgeable people and trainers, because I hear it from different facilities. I train out around here where I live, and people are famous, knowledgeable people and trainers, famous for coming up with excuses. Some of those excuses are the horse is too old, he can't learn it, which is not true. Or they'll say that's just the way the horse is. Again, not true. Or they'll say, oh, she's just a 3-year-old. She's allowed to kick out at people. Oh, man. Or they'll say, this isn't the horse for you. And then they turn around and buy the horse and sell it for twice as much. People are famous for making up excuses because they don't have the knowledge to solve that behavior issue or to teach the horse the lesson that you sent your horse out to be trained for. So those are the 3 times. The 2 last ones don't count because we're not going to give up on our horses and we're not going to make excuses for our horses' behavior. There's always a reason behind their behavior issues, and our horses are constantly talking to us or constantly telling us something. And when we start peeling back the layers, that's when we start listening to the horse, and that's when we start finding the root cause of the problem. When we're peeling back the layers, it usually takes maybe an hour, maybe a little bit more, but we can find out a lot about the horse just by simply lunging them and doing the change of direction. For example, let's say I'm lunging Spin here to the left, and he's kind of stiff, or he's a little lean, or he's just not feeling good, so he's talking to us at those times. He's talking to us. Or he could be saying, hey Mike, nobody's ever taught me this lesson, or I never was able to finish learning this lesson. Let's say again the lesson is lunging. So he could be telling me all those things. If I go up to a horse and for example Spin here, and I go to put my foot in the stirrup and he starts jumping off to the side, what is he telling me? He's saying, I am scared. If I get under saddle with him and he starts, coming home from the trails or something, and he starts really jigging, getting all upset, stress, anxiety, then he's also telling me, hey, I really want to get home. I got this phobia, I got this stress, I got this anxiety issue going on. So he's telling me the reason behind why he's jigging and in a hurry to get home. Or he's telling us why he's bucking, or they're rearing, or bolting, or spookiness. So they're always telling us. And we get horses, people get horses from the kill pens, and they get horses from rescue centers, or horses have been abandoned all the time. And those horses could have and do have really bad haunting memories that come back. So we got to remember the muscle memory in the past too. And what I mean by that, let's say one of the rescue horses was constantly hit in the face, all right? Not that you're going to hit the horse in the face, but let's say they were hit in the face in the past. And I go to pet him like this, and he throws his head away from me because he's now head shy. Right? Those are haunting memories that are coming back. I wasn't going to hit him, I was just going to pet him. So those are the haunting memories that come back. And that's how we go about finding the root cause of the problems, is by peeling back the layers and listening to the horse. Once we do that, then we do find the root cause. And once we find the root cause of the problem, then we have these exercises that will solve that issue on the ground and under saddle. And a lot of our solving these issues, especially under saddle issues, is done from the ground. At least about 90% of it is on the ground, and last 10% is under saddle. And it's not about, you know, what my client or my horse or the horses that come in training can do for me. It's what can I do for my client and the horses that brought me in training. And not all trainers see that this way. You know, there's trainers in this area who are like, what can my client and that horse do for me? Not what they can do for you and the horse. And it needs to be what we can do for you and the horse, and not what you can do for us, all right? And so getting back to my method, when it comes to solving behavior issues, again, peeling back the layers, listening to the horse, finding the root cause of the behavior issue. Once we find the root cause, then it becomes very simple and easy to solve any behavior issue in the world, as long as the horse is not in physical pain. If the horse is in physical pain, then it's up to us to call the vet or the chiropractor and have them come out and check our horses out and see what's going on. So next we're going to put some videos in here. And on these videos, we're going to have different horses with different behavior issues, and we're going to show you how about peeling back the layers, listening to the horse, and finding the root cause of the behavior issue. So I hope you enjoy this video. If you haven't already subscribe to my membership page. Just go to Google, type in Mike Hughes Horsemanship Members page, click on the link, and then it'll say subscribe. So go ahead and subscribe. It's only $12.95 a month. And we go into showing you how to solve a lot of different behavior issues by peeling back the layers, listening to the horse, and get to the root cause of the problem. After you do become a member, then join my group page on Facebook, where you can post your videos with your horse. You can ask questions, put pictures up, and that way I can help you and your horse more. And I'm also open to phone calls, emails, texts, and it's all about you and your horse and what can I do for you and your horse to help you form a better partnership, to have a better bond, and get past these behavior issues. Now when it comes to other things like starting to unbroke horse, again, my method is very simple. We break down every lesson into as many steps that the horse can understand. Alright, so we don't start at our goal. If you start at your goal, you're starting with a wreck. Alright, so if you start with step 1 and then you work yourself to step 25, then the horse becomes, so they can understand the exercise and they will succeed in the exercise, and you'll both reach your goal together, whether it's teaching your horse how to side pass, how to stop, back, out on the trails, wherever you want to be with your horses in the arena, shows, and more. So we hope you enjoyed this video. Keep watching, and we're going to show you how to start peeling back the layers and finding the root cause of the behavior issues by listening to your horse. Thank you. So this mare kicks out at people. Why? Because she's a 3-year-old. People make excuses up for her. She's a 3-year-old, and they let her do it. They made an excuse up for her. That's why she kicks out. She was taught how to do this. And peeling back the layers, listening to her, she said, everybody else said it was okay. My owner said it was okay, so I must be able to do it. So about an hour later, here we are, and she's lunging nicely now. And she's doing really good. This horse wants to buck and has anxiety issues. Peeling back the layers, we find out she has anxiety issues when you get on and start riding her, because nobody ever taught her to go slow, and she always wanted to go fast, so they allowed the behavior. So peeling back the layers, it was allowed for her to race off if she wanted to race off. And here, in a minute, about an hour later, here we are, and now she's walking. So we peeled back the layers, found the root cause of the problem by listening to the horse, and we did an exercise to teach her that it's okay to walk. So these are pretty easy fixes because we got to the root cause of the behavior issue. Here's another horse. So we're working on Buddy's sour issue. So we started from the ground. His buddy just left, so he's getting really excited and nervous because his buddy left and he wants to start throwing a fit. So the root cause, by peeling back the layers, listening to him, and finding the root cause of the problem is an anxiety issue because his buddy is leaving and he wants his buddy back with him because he feels safer in a herd. So here we are, about 45 minutes later, he's lunging just fine and his buddy's way up there on the hill now. So by peeling back the layers, listening to the horse, we found the root cause of the problem, and now we did the exercise to solve the issue. And this horse, he's a pretty lackadaisy horse, but when you're going towards the gate, he really wants to pull hard on the bridle. He just wants to stiffen that neck and go right towards the gate. So by peeling back the layers, listening to the horse, he is gate sour. So the root cause of the behavior is being gate sour. He wants to go by the gate. He doesn't want to be in the arena. So we did exercises on a larger circle and changing direction, having them soften, walking them towards the gate, then changing the direction and going the other way. So there we go. We're going to soften him right there because he wanted to go towards the gate. I'm going to make sure he stays nice and soft. And here, again, about an hour later, now I'm going to have the owner ride the horse, and she's going to ride the horse around and do the same thing I was doing. So one simple exercise for each of these horses, finding the right exercise for the root cause of the behavior issue. And these horses are now coming out of their behavior issues, and I'm not just doing it, the owners are doing it. So again, it's not about what you and your horse can do for me, it's about what I can do for you and your horse. And I promise you, with my method, you can solve any behavior issue on the ground or under saddle by peeling back the layers, listening to the horse, and finding the root cause of the problem. Then we go into finding the exercises and performing the exercises to solve that behavior issue with your horse. It doesn't matter what the behavior issue is. And like I said, there's only one time a horse can't learn something, and that's if they're in physical pain and they just can't do the exercise. Don't let somebody make excuses up for your horse, and for sure don't give up on your horse. To learn more about solving behavior issues, all my videos on my membership page are in full. So go to Google, type in Mike Hughes Horsemanship Members page, click on the link, and subscribe. And when you do subscribe, join my Facebook page, group page, and you'll be able to post videos, pictures, and ask questions so I can help you and your horse more. And I promise you, I will be right there for you, and I will help you because it's about what I can do for you and your horse. Thank you.